We're here driving through Milan on the EU road trip, and the story we're now looking at in Italy is migration. It played a huge part in the Italian national elections and will do so in May for the European Parliament elections.
Exactly, we are going to meet people who work with migrants. We're going to meet migrants, and also we're going to hear the voices of people, normal people that live in neighborhood with a high percentage of migrants, how they feel about it.
We dropped the car off and headed into the Milan metro, where we'd arranged to meet a 28-year-old Nigerian immigrant. Mercy Obo let us join her as she travelled home off the back of a shift at a fast food restaurant, which started at 4 a.m. 3 years ago, Mercy left Nigeria and entered Europe through Libya, a traumatic story she doesn't feel comfortable sharing. Her asylum request in Italy has been rejected, and she's applied for a humanitarian visa, but a tougher new government stance means she could face deportation.
I feel rejected and I feel very bad because actually it's not something I expected. Since I came here, I've done a lot of things. I have tried to forget about my past and move ahead. I have tried to live above my past, but I'm facing a lot of challenges based on the fact that, based on the issue of documents,
Heading off to rest after her long day, Mercy faces an uncertain future. The job she does came through a European project working to support migrants as their asylum claims are processed. Maurizio Bove runs it here in Milan, and he says it works to integrate people into Italian society.
These results will be compromised by Salvini's new rules, because with the abolition of their humanitarian visa, those who are following an integration path or got a job now risk to lose their residence permit and job.
But in Italy, the anti-immigration government's plans to reduce migration by restricting access to services are popular with many voters.
Once they are at sea, you cannot let them die. But since they are a burden for us, I expect that at least they be equally divided among all countries. For example, Germany promises a lot, and then they just leave them all to us. Let's say that all of Europe left Italy alone in terms of legislation. They say, you have a port near Africa, and therefore the problem is yours. In my opinion, we should look for a fair burden-sharing system across Europe.
Ahead of European Parliament elections in May, the government here in Italy has been steadily scaling back its reception system for migrants. And voluntary organisations are saying they're being forced to look after more and more needy people. But many voters in this country used the last national election to protest against their presence here. And the European elections in May will gauge the sentiments of Italians towards how the government and the European Union are dealing with migration. We leave Milan to head off to the vineyards on the outskirts of Verona to hear how the UK's expected departure from the European Union could hit Italy's wine exporting market.